Shalom, shalom, shalom. My name is Michael Sahno, and welcome to this episode of the 12 Cities in Israel travel vlog. We got some brand new lights. We got some brand new chairs. I'm sitting a little higher, a little more centered in the screen, trying to look a little more professional. So, with that, what's this episode about? This episode is about the city by the bay. The Bay of Haifa. This episode's about Haifa. Why? What'd you think it was about? Come on, guys. This is a show about Israel. It's not about that other place. That was a horrible joke, but I had to put it in. This episode is about Haifa. It's about how to get there, what to do when you get there. We're going to do a quick overview on some of the locations, some of the landmarks, the train stations, what's at the train stations, and we're going to help you have a really fun and successful trip getting yourself to Haifa. So sit back and enjoy. All right, so I know a ton of people who've been to Israel, and when I ask them where they've been, once they've been there, they usually say Jerusalem, Tel Aviv, the Dead Sea, and Masada. I asked them if they've ever been to Haifa. They say, "Oh no, we really wanted to go there, but we didn't." It's a shame. It's insane, actually, because Haifa is one of the most beautiful cities in the entire country, let alone the world. Okay. Well, it turns out that most of these people didn't go to Haifa because they didn't know how to get there. There's also a misconception that it's too far to the north. On top of that, depending on where you are in Israel, it can seem to be a very convoluted process just to get transportation up to Haifa. So that's why we're here. We're going to fix that. We're going to solve this problem and get you guys to Haifa. So let's get started. How do you get to Haifa? One of the ways you can get there is al-Rakevet, on the train. So if you're in Tel Aviv, you would go to Tel Aviv Hagana, which is the main train station. You would hop on a train that'll take you directly up to Haifa, and it's about 27 and a half shekels. Which is about, are you ready? $7.50 US. That's nothing. And let's say you're in the south, down in Beersheba, that is 53 shekels, which sounds like a lot. Slow down, calm down, it's okay, because that turns out to be about 14 and a half bucks US. I mean, you really can't beat that. It's really, really kind of cheap. Finding all these fares is really easy. You can go on the Israel Railways website, and it's in English, which is really great because you can do it just like as if you were going to any train website where you pick the destination, you pick the starting location and the destination. It'll give you the times, a timetable schedule. It'll give you fares depending on who you are. Also, if you are in Israel and you're at the train station and you say, let's go to Haifa, how are we going to do that? Go straight up to the ticket window. They all speak English, and tell them where you want to go. They'll give you your ticket. You got to pay for it, of course. They'll give you your ticket, and if they don't tell you, ask someone else in the station. They're really, really super helpful. They'll get you to your track, and they'll get you on the train going up to Haifa. Okay, so I spoke about trains going from Tel Aviv to Haifa. I've spoken about trains going from the south in Beersheba all the way up to Haifa. But I didn't speak about trains going from Jerusalem to Haifa. That's because there isn't one. There's this real convoluted way to take a train from Jerusalem to Haifa. So I called a friend of mine, Neely Kane. What up, Neely? And she lives in Jerusalem, and she gave me the straight dope. Okay? Don't take the train to Haifa from Jerusalem. Do you understand? Do not take the train from Jerusalem to Haifa. Take the bus. What? Okay, so the bus is, are you ready for this? 37 shekels. Okay? That's a little over $10 US. It's super duper cheap. And you go to the Jerusalem Central bus station and pick up a bus there. There's a ton of them. They're run by this company called Gett, and I'm going to put the website up on below on the description. And it's the same as the Israel Railways website. You just go in, you can find a schedule by putting in where you're coming from, and you're to your destination. It gives you fares and everything like that. They really got it locked down because of the lack of consistent trains, not consistent, direct train service. They've really gotten the whole bus situation locked down. So you hop on, 2 hours, you're in Haifa at the Merkazit Chof HaCarmel, which is the Carmel Beach Central Bus Station. So the first stop on the train up to Haifa, in Haifa, is Chof HaCarmel, which is Carmel Beach. It's also where the bus station is. So if you've come from Jerusalem up to Haifa, that's where you're going to get off. Right there, and you're at the beach. I mean, come on. And it is a beautiful beach. It's a beautiful Mediterranean beach. So the water's warm, the water's relatively calm, and it's a really nice area. You've got a lot of shops, you've got a lot of restaurants and stuff like that. But one of the things I have to tell you is that this stop is not near all the other landmarks in Haifa. It's a little bit to the west of those. But it's, like I said, it's the beach. It's a beautiful Mediterranean beach. You got the Leonardo Plaza there. You've got other little hotels and Airbnbs that I'm sure you'll be able to find there. What I would do personally is I would stay there for the day and then stay overnight and see all the landmarks the next day. Make kind of a 2-day thing out of it. Okay, so the next stop on the train up from Chof HaCarmel is Bat Galim. Now, Bat Galim is, I hate to say this, there's not much there. There's stuff there. There's a residential type of beach because it's a residential neighborhood. There's this enormous hospital complex. There's some restaurants and some shops, but it's not a hustle bustle city stop. But the reason I'm bringing it up is because it is the closest train stop to one of the coolest things in Haifa, and yeah, this is like, it's the cable cars, and the cable cars go up the sheer face of Mount Carmel to take you up to really close to the peak, but the top. So, and at the top of the cable cars is a 19th century Catholic monastery called Stella Maris, and you are up at you're up at, that's one way to get yourself up to the top of Mount Carmel where a lot of the landmarks are. But before I go into the landmarks that are on Mount Carmel, I have to talk about one more station, and that's the main station, and that is Haifa Hashmona, and that's the next station after Bat Galim. And Haifa Shmona is the main train station. We wanted to go see the Baha'i Gardens, which when you get off the train at Haifa Hashmona, you can see them. They're right there. They're amazing. So we thought we'd be slick and we'd walk up there, not, really gauging how far it was. We got about a quarter of the way and we flagged down in a taxi and took it up to the middle terrace. So, I mean, you can do whatever you want. You want to walk all over the Mount Carmel and, feel super duper fit? More power to you. But we had a lot of camera equipment and stuff like that. So we got a taxi. We should have gotten one at the train station, but eventually we wound up getting one. So now that I've brought up the Baha'i Gardens, let's talk about the Baha'i Gardens. So they are, they're 19 terraces. So there are 18 terraces, floral terraces, meticulously manicured garden. It's like heaven on earth. It's beautiful. And they are central, this place is central to the Baha'i faith. On the 19th terrace is the Shrine of the Bab, and I mean no disrespect if I'm mispronouncing that. And that is a mausoleum where one of their prime figures is of that faith is buried. And I mean, you go in there, it's serene, it's peaceful. You don't feel like you're in a city. Plus, on top of that, take a look. You're in this garden overlooking the Mediterranean. It's ridiculous. And the shrine of the Bab is just, I mean, the architecture is amazing. The views from this place are amazing. But, the best views are from the top. So from the top of Mount Carmel, you get this amazing panoramic view of the Baha'i Gardens, which is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and it's also one of the most visited locations, landmarks in Israel. But not only do you get panoramic views of that, you get this amazing view of the Bay of Haifa and Haifa below. You can see all the way out to Akko to the north, which is another city in Israel. And you get this sweeping view, this gorgeous sweeping view of the Mediterranean. This sweeping view is the reason why 4 of the most beautiful hotels in Haifa, in Israel probably, are up at the top of Mount Carmel. They are the Dan Carmel Haifa Hotel, the Bayview Hotel, the Dan Panorama Hotel, and the Crown Regal Haifa Hotel. So all of these hotels are located above or near the Louis Promenade, which is this open walkway at the top of Mount Carmel. It's beautiful. The vistas are amazing. You'll find yourself taking far too many pictures and filling up your phone, which is not a problem. That's what we want you to do. You'll also notice that the hotels, what I've been doing is I've been using Google Maps Street View to show you, and that's to help orient you when you're up there, to give you an idea of what's where, if you're considering staying there. I use Google Maps when I'm in Israel. It helps to orient me. It's up to date. Everything's up to date. Use it. Okay, so that is our quick overview of the city of Haifa, how to get there, the tools to get there. We're going to put those down in the description. We've given you a couple of the landmarks and how to get to them. We've also given you the 3 major train stations, the 3 major transportation hubs in Haifa and what's at them. Now, look, there is a ton of stuff in Haifa. I have just touched the surface. I'm going to be talking about it again, okay? So stay tuned for future episodes where I go more into detail about the city of Haifa. Okay, that's it for this episode of the 12 Cities in Israel travel vlog. My name's Michael Sahno. Don't forget to subscribe to us. Visit our YouTube channel. Check out all of our content where we're giving you tons and tons and tons of information that's going to help you when you visit Israel. Visit our website, www.12citiesinisrael.com. Also, when you're on our YouTube site, subscribe. Share us with your friends and family. Be a part of the 12 Cities in Israel community. Check out our Facebook. Like us. Friend us Friend me if you want. You can find me through there. Find our Instagram. Follow us on Instagram. I'm putting up brand new photos every single day from all of our trips to Israel. Lots of fun stuff. Been getting a lot of compliments. Thank you so much for that. Finally, we're going back to Israel to make the last 6 episodes, or the next 6 episodes of our 12 Cities in Israel travel show. Not the vlog, but the show, which is about 30 minutes. If you want to help us, we take a city and visit it, pull it apart, see its people. It's a lot of fun. If you want to help us, we're trying to raise $50,000. So go to our website, click on the PayPal button, and help us in any way you can. That's pretty much it. Toda rabba. להתראות. יאללה ביי. בדרך כלל זה לא מזיז לי מה שאחרים אומרים ברצות שמות בעיר מאנשים שלא מכיר אבל אתמול זה בא מכמה חברים אמרו לי שראו אותך באיזו מסיבה בחיפה בשעות הקטנות של הלילה איתו יושבת לידו ואמרו לי שהוא רוחש לו כל מיני דברים באוסן ועל הצוואר שלו סימן של אודם ורוד זה לא סוד שאת כבר שלו